Hello and welcome. What the fuck? We'll just restart that. Blip, 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 blip. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Three's a Crime, a true crime podcast. I'm Tori.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Lindsey.
And that's our intro.
Here we are professional podcasters.
We're podcasters, bitches.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Three's a Crime.
Welcome to Three's a Crime.
What did I tell you guys I wanted to be called yesterday?
Something that I was just like, yeah, sure, okay, Emily.
Yeah.
It was like Blessed Child of
Oh,
something.
Child of Darkness. I want to be called Child of Darkness.
It came out, like, so nobody, our conversation
They're
had
just
previously...
me. They're just me having
yeah,
conversations
had
with
previously
myself.
ended, like, way earlier. And then at 11:43 p.m., there was just an, and then, I would like to be called Child of Darkness from here on out. And neither one of us responded to it. Please take those away from her, because she will play with them.
Okay.
Only
quiet.
You know I love
Only
you.
quiet toys.
This is why we had to get rid of the fidget spinners, because you could hear the bzzz as it twirled.
I'm a
every time.
toddler.
Here's the thing with Emily. Emily has to constantly and consistently be doing something with her hands in order for her to be able to pay attention. So what's happening right now is that she has a piece of mom's...
Three things I'm doing at once. They're
Yeah.
all
So first of all, she's got her iPad out so that she can play Best Fiends. Best Fiends, sponsor us. Seriously, sponsor us. And so she's got this piece here of Silly Putty. And what she has done for the past few weeks in a row is that she flattens out the Silly Putty and then she wraps it around her
No, I
Apple
don't
Pencil.
wrap it. No, it's a total accident. I swear
I
to
have
God.
watched you
No,
wrap it.
not on this. No, because that's when I realized that as soon as it touches it, it doesn't fucking go anywhere. I swear, I do it on this all the time now.
So Michael had just cleaned this off for Emily.
See if you can get it off. It sticks like no fucking other.
Oh, no, I'm sure it does. But I'm just saying.
And some of the blue is stuck from last time.
It's like all in the crevices.
Oh my god.
Like I might
This
just
thing.
buy a new one because it's so...
And you bought this for her, right?
Yes.
You didn't even have one.
But like who would think that this material would like suck to this like
It's-
fucking super glue?
I don't know, but I have.
Bad.
Maybe not this week.
Maybe not this week, but I have watched you wrap this around your pencil.
Hush, child. Hush, child. I'm playing Best Fiends. Sorry, I'm not on your fucking level.
Yeah, she got me hooked on Best
Like
Fiends.
Yeah.
like weeks or months after I started playing, and so
Yeah.
she's like way far ahead of me.
I'm like 150 levels.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we're here with a Lindsey story.
We have a Lindsey story.
Lindsey lore.
Lindsey.
legend.
Oh, it was so cute. So, yesterday before I was signing off of work, Megan was like, "Have fun with your babs this weekend," and I was like, "Yay!"
That's
It's
so
become a
cute.
thing.
Yes.
Oh my god, we need to make that a sticker.
I know.
Yeah.
Lindseykins.
Here I am.
Here I am.
All right, so today we're gonna learn about Cassie Jo Stoddart. Tori sent me a link to the interrogation footage of the suspects, and I'm very upset because he annoyed me how he blew his nose. But I had to watch it so many times because I had to like go back for
Right,
You have to
right.
take notes and stuff.
That's like
But
the
he
worst
takes
part.
Yeah.
His
Got it.
whole body, he gets a tissue, he takes his whole body, leans over himself, and blows. And blows.
Ugh.
And I was just like, yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit. Psychopath.
She knew from the minute she saw
Yeah.
him sneeze.
I'll put that link in the notes. 16-year-old Cassie was born and raised in Pocatello, Idaho.
Oh.
She's described as a typical teenage girl with a love for music and drawing. She was said to be responsible and a straight-A student. This is a quote from the sheriff that worked on her case. Quote, she didn't do anything but attend school. She didn't do anything but be friends with somebody else and just about everybody, end quote. And she was said to be extremely compassionate and mature for her age. Cassie went to Pocatello High School with her boyfriend Matt Beckham and friends Brian Draper and Torey Adamcik.
Yeah, and I would just like to
Adamcik?
Adamcik. Just to be clear, while there is a Tori in this story, it is not this Tori.
I was waiting for it because I say Tori so much.
Yeah.
When Brian moved to Pocatello from Utah, both he and Tori bonded over their love for film and the want to make movies. So they got a camera and they started making movies and shit.
Also, teenagers, when you make these home movies, like they're all shit, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Gosh, what is
That
happening?
was-
My
That's
gosh.
just so hard.
Yeah, jeez. Ouch.
Production value.
She's on TikTok like 1,000 hours a day, and she's like, teenagers make bad
Yeah.
videos.
Well, I should say this.
Back in the
Let
day.
me rephrase. The old time, yeah, because kids that make stuff on TikTok now and like
Looks
using their
professional.
phones actually look great. I'm talking about the kids that were like VHS. I'm talking about the kids that
Our
did
So she
those.
didn't mean it quite
Yeah.
so much as fighting words like it came off. It just came across a little aggressive for a
It
second.
really
there,
I
but
just
that's
was,
okay.
I was
She's
just
very
thinking
strong
about,
woman.
yeah, just like the old camcorder videos because
She's like, don't even fucking try. You're all terrible.
they,
Don't fulfill your dreams.
Don't do it.
But you know what you're talking about, right? They're the worst.
We just
they
have
were
to
terrible.
give you such a hard time
because
because
I'm
she's
old as hell.
and she's on her phone. And she's like, fucking kids, fucking videos.
She's on
There's-
TikTok
there's
playing, and then playing
definitely-
her best of fiends
Oh my
and
god.
coloring.
Oh my gosh.
TikTok, I should not.
Idaho. It's been described as a great place to raise a family. It has the University of Idaho, and crime apparently isn't too wild. So they deal mostly with vandalism and theft, but murder wasn't a common thing. And one of the detectives said a murder like this is not normal in Pocatello, Idaho. On September 22nd, 2006, Cassie was house and dog sitting for the weekend for her aunt Allison and Uncle Frank Contreras. Cassie invited her boyfriend Matt over to hang out and watch the movies. Matt then invites Tori and Brian over to hang out with them as well. And after a while, Tori and Matt leave to go watch a movie at the theater. Around 11:30, Matt's parents came over and took him home and left Cassie there.
Okay.
On Sunday, September 24th, Allison, Frank, and their kids come home. Their daughter and Cassie's 13-year-old cousin finds Cassie laying on the living room floor covered in blood. It was a horrific scene. There's blood all over the TV and walls. Cassie was stabbed 31 times,
Ooh, that's some overkill.
12 of them being fatal. This kind of murder was not a random killing. It was calculated and planned. And with how she was killed, the murderer really wanted to make a scene. There were bloody footprints found trailing from the living room to the garage in York. So Anna, that's Cassie's mom, she's told and she comes and she's like beside herself and she calls the boyfriend Matt and screams, "What the fuck have you done to my daughter?"
Ooh.
Cassie and Matt have been dating. They were dating for about 5 months, and her family said they were a little worried about their relationship. There were some times while they dated that Matt had been a rude asshole to Cassie and her family.
Oh.
Anna didn't think he was a good boyfriend for her.
Okay.
But she was like 16. You gotta get
I mean,
through the shitty ones
yeah.
sometimes.
To find
No
the
one
good
no one
ones.
knows how to date when they're 16 years
No.
old.
No, they don't.
This is the first lead for the detectives as a suspect. So Matt is then brought in by the detectives and questioned. Right away, they noticed how calm and not emotional in any way he was. He told the detectives that he's had to deal with a lot of death in his life. So this is like another day for him. And he it's the interrogation footage is just like us right now talking. That's what he looks like. While investigating, the police they also found a used condom in the toilet.
Ew, in the toilet.
Yeah, I was like, really, guys?
Don't know that you can't flush that.
You fucking idiots. What
Yeah.
is wrong with you?
Yeah, don't put it in the toilet. When asked about the condom, Matt says immediately it was consensual and no abuse happened, and they did a rape kit on her, and there was sign of sex, but there was no like
sign of forceful.
sign of force.
Like consensual sex
Yes,
is what they believed.
Yes, it was consensual sex in that way. So this is Matt's alibi and story. So on Friday Eve, Cassie and Matt are dropped off at the house she's watching, and he calls Brian and Tori to see if they want to come over and hang out with him. Cassie is totally not fucking happy about this, but
she's like, why are you inviting your fucking friends over?
Yeah, she wanted to be nice, and she wanted to hang out with her boyfriend too.
Right. That would piss me off.
Yeah. The dudes get there around 8:30, and she
Also, who
gives
trusts teenage boys?
everyone a tour of the house because it's a big house. And as she's giving them a tour of the basement, they all regress to the age of fucking 12, playing with the gym equipment and other stuff around. They like, and probably humping things and a lot of dude.
Yeah. Dude, the poor girl is probably like, stop, this is my aunt and uncle shit.
And Cassie seemed annoyed, but she was nice and didn't say anything. After this time, they all go upstairs to watch Kill Bill 2. Around 9:45 p.m., Brian and Tori leave so they can go watch a movie at the theater. Around 10:15, shit gets a little wild. Well, Tori opens her
trying to do it
seltzer.
quietly, and it just wasn't gonna. It just
Sorry.
wasn't gonna happen.
The lights start turning off and on, and they keep hearing super weird noises coming from parts of the house. They both have no idea what the fuck is happening, and the dogs are barking and losing their minds with all the activity, barking at the basement.
Okay, yeah, see, no.
After a bit, everything settles, and Matt called his parents at 11:20 to see if he could stay with Cassie, as she was freaking out and scared. Matt's mom said no, but offered to let her stay with them that night.
Oh, that's a nice compromise.
Cassie, being a good girl, didn't want to leave the animals alone all night. So Matt's parents pick him up, and he hangs out with his dad watching movies for the rest of the night. On Saturday, Matt calls Cassie over and over, but he's not getting an answer. He said they talked to each other every day and was worried why she wasn't answering. He calls Tori, and he comes and picks him up to hang out. Matt asks if Tori could take him to go check on Cassie. The house she's watching is kind of across town, and Tori said he only had so much gas in his car and that he couldn't do that.
16 years old, man.
I fucking
I
flashed
feel
back
you.
so hard to that. I was
Feel
like,
you.
oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So they end up hanging out and not checking on Cassie. The police go and talk with Tori and Brian. When they first question Tori, he's nervous, and he tells them that he knew Cassie from school and he thought she was pretty and very smart. And it seems like he had a crush on Cassie. Apparently, Matt called them to come over and hang out because they were going to fucking party, bro.
I was like, how do you invite that many, like, teenage boys over and not, like, have a
Yeah.
wager?
Yeah.
Like, teenage boys aren't who you want to invite over, like, when
No.
you're
No.
dog sitting or whatever for people. That just is a
No.
bad
So,
idea.
But no party is happening when they come over.
I'm sure it's not.
Tori tells them that Tori says that after they saw the movie at the theater, they went home. Him and Brian went to his house and watched more movies and then fell asleep. So now the detectives are talking with Brian. He's way more antsy and nervous, but he gives them the same story that Tori did. Both of their alibis show that they couldn't have been the killers and are taken off as suspects. After they're taken off the list, Cassie's mom lets the detectives know that she's been dating a dude named Ralph, and they find out that his prints are on the breaker box, which maybe could explain the lights.
Okay.
going on and off. They take Ralph and question him about the murder and see if he had an alibi. Ralph had lived with Cassie's mom and Cassie for a while, so, and they had like their usual up and downs of stepdad shit,
Right.
but there wasn't anything pointing a huge arrow to him as being
Right.
abusive or the killer.
But he's the man in the house, so
yeah.
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 And stepdads are always I feel like
always
they're either
suspect.
like very loved or hated.
Yep.
Like there is no
100%.
in between with stepdads,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is about that, but
Yeah.
you either love them or you hate them.
That's really true. He says he probably had to fix the breaker at some point and he had no involvement. So
Okay.
the detectives ask if they can give him a polygraph to make sure he's telling the truth. And when he's all hooked up and shit to the polygraph, they ask, did you have any involvement in Cassie's murder? He says no, but there's a tiny bit of deception that's found.
What year was this? Like
2006.
Okay.
Yeah. So now
Interesting.
that guy is on the top. Now Rolf's on the top of the
Rolf
list.
is on the top of the list.
All right, so here's his alibi. He gets off work at 7, heads over to Cassie's place, and has dinner with her mom. So Ralph is playing video games with his neighbor till 1:30 a.m.
Damn.
So another negatory suspect. According to a forensic registered psychologist, Kira Stockdale, she says, quote, when you hear some of the details that were involved with this crime, one wonders if this is some type of sexual obsession with Cassie, some type of sexual desire towards Cassie that hasn't been realized, is in part driving this offense. Okay, so now the detectives go and ask all of Cassie's friends if they noticed anyone obsessive or crushing super hard on Cassie. They talk to her friend Heather, and she says immediately, Tori was fucking real obsessed with Cassie. Apparently, he was also obsessed with knives.
Oh no! Oh, that I'm Lindsey in this episode.
Yeah, you are.
No. Oh no!
And he would tell everyone who wanted to hear about it, and sometimes he would pretend to stab people at school.
Well, that's fun.
A girl cut off my hair at school.
Was it Tori?
It wasn't. It was it was the oh my god, did I just get silly putty in my eyebrow? Okay. Her name was Vera, and I had long hair, and I was in my computer in Miss Mountjoy's English class in 8th grade, and she picked up the back of my hair and said, I'm gonna cut your hair. And I said, no. And she snipped it, put my hair in her pocket, and left the classroom.
Oh, that's weird. She took a trophy.
Yeah.
There were some little bitchy mean girls. Just one of those people. And I didn't dislike a lot of people, but she was one that I did. But I remember being in like 3rd or 4th grade, and she was sitting behind me, and they kept tying my hair in knots.
That's so mean.
I know.
Oh my god, you want to hear something
And I was
worse?
like way too.
I was being bullied by this guy named I was driving, and him and Nate were having a fight at night, and he like spit on me. Yeah. So then
That's a swift
same
kick
Spit
in the
on you?
crotch.
That to me is the most disrespectful
oh
thing
my
you
god,
can
Metal
do
Ben
to
was
someone.
furious. Like it was really upsetting because I was like 17, 18, and I had
Yeah.
to stand next to him at graduation
Why did he spit on you?
because he was a notorious fucking asshole. After this, they also see that he likes, quote, slasher movies
Okay.
and violent, bloody movies.
Well,
This apparently throws you into
yeah.
being any kind of murderer, even though this motherfucker has pretended to fucking stab people.
I mean,
they're worried about the movies he's watching.
Satanic Panic is like
Is
making
trying
a
to come
comeback.
It
oh my god,
really,
with the
truly
Travis
is.
Scott thing.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, 1,000%.
exactly.
God. But fuck all that shit. I don't support it. Movies are movies. I don't go fucking killing people. So they ask Heather about part of Brian's alibi about talking to her at the movie theater the night of the murder. Heather's like, no, that didn't happen. He was never there. Now they bring Brian in for a second interview.
We're like,
Ooh.
And question him about the movie he and Tori went to. And the detectives ask about the plot of the movie and what happened in it. And this is Brian's legit quote.
I love when they do that
When
because
he
he's
was-
going to say something so
When
stupid.
he was asked, quote, K, it's about a guy, his wife, and then I remember, I can't really explain the movie, end quote.
What the
oh
fuck?
my god, these kids. They're so not smart.
I
They think they're
know.
so smart and they're just fucking idiots. Ugh. So the detectives are like, bro, you didn't see that movie.
Yeah.
So what were you doing?
Yeah.
And he said they were going through cars with Tori which is, I think, seeing what was open, like stealing stuff out of cars.
Okay.
If doors were open.
Okay, well, fuck you, kids.
And he was scared to tell police that because it's illegal.
Right.
So after some theft of things in cars, they go and have their sleepover. Then, after some time, Brian starts to cry, and it looks like he's going to tell the truth. And he says that Tori did all the killing, and he just watched because Tori told Brian if he didn't help, he would kill Brian too.
Yeah, they
All you gotta do is wait for one of them to turn on the
Yeah,
other.
it's always, yeah. So here's Brian's
The
story.
first one gets the deal, bitches.
Yep. When Cassie gave them all the tour of the house, Tori had unlocked the basement door when the others weren't paying attention. After the shits had both left, whenever they fucking left the house to go to a quote movie, they really went out to Tori's car and they drove down the street to park out of sight, and they put on white masks that has like red paint looking like blood coming out of the eyes and mouth. And
No, thank you.
they wear all black clothing and gloves. Tori used a dagger type of weapon.
Dagger type of a weapon.
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 What is he? Spider-Man weapon. All right.
Cackle.
Thank you. Tori used a dagger style. Done. Brian used a hunting knife.
Oh, God.
Then they went on through that basement door that they unlocked. While Cassie and her boyfriend were hanging out upstairs, these fuckers were the ones throwing things, turning lights on and off,
Just being dicks.
turning the power off
Trying to scare him.
to get them to come down to the basement, but they didn't. By this time, Matt's parents are on the way to the house,
Oh,
so
no.
they all stop everything to make it look normal. So after Matt leaves, Cassie's sitting on the couch watching TV. Enter the fucks.
Enter the fucks.
They come up the basement stairs, and as they enter the living room, she looks up and sees two dudes in all black with the kind of the scream mask on. And she screams. They both rush her, stabbing her 30 times. The fatal wounds were the ones to the right side of her ventricle. So this whole process only took 10 minutes long. Like this whole thing. And then they both run out of the house, and they went to Tori's house to tell his parents that they were in for the night to give them an alibi. But they weren't, because
Oh.
they leave. Well, they talk, and then they leave to get they bring some alcohol. They're going on a little trip. They grab some alcohol, and they go to a place called Black Rock Canyon. It's like
They're doing like
like a
teenagery things where like
it's like
teenagers just
kind of like a
fucking
state park.
yeah.
It's like pretty
loiter with their alcohol.
Yeah.
and fucking
After they've just
degens.
brutally murdered a classmate.
Yes.
Degens.
So they go and bury and burn all the knives and shit everything that they wore during the murder, and they put alcohol over it and burn it and bury it, kind of. And that's the end of Brian's story. Now it's Tori's turn.
Oh, Tori.
Not this Tory.
Not that
Again,
Tory.
not this Tory.
No.
Claim no affiliation to that Tory whatsoever.
The detectives.
She just went with it. She was like,
Yeah.
is anyone going to say anything? No?
Detectives.
Detectives.
Should not give Angie. Should not give Lindsey
What the fuck is happening?
alcohol.
Are we all
Post
having a
surgery.
stroke? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
So they ask Tori, did you kill her? He immediately says, I want a lawyer. So now all they have is Brian's story to work with.
Brian's story. That's a very different movie.
Yeah.
Isn't that Brian's song?
Oh.
Or The Life of Brian?
No, Life of Brian's Bonnie Pie. No, maybe it is Brian's song.
I think it is.
Whatever.
Okay,
Shut the fuck up.
They convince Brian to take them to where they murdered Bird. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Apparently, using alcohol isn't the best way to fucking set things on fire and destroy them. So most of that evidence was able to be used.
Oh, because it doesn't actually destroy it?
No, it
Right.
just like burns it kind of, but
Right.
it doesn't really.
It always, when people like burn bodies, I'm like, I don't know what you think is
So
gonna
Yeah.
Tori is telling them where.
Brian is telling them because Tori's like lawyered up.
Oh, right. So
So it's
Brian
just
told them where
Brian-
to find the
yeah.
stuff. Okay.
So the police go through the evidence and find 2 dagger-style knives in sheaths, a silver and black handled knife, a folding knife, one of the masks they wore, and some of their clothing. They also find a VHS videotape.
And when she explains the videotape, I think that will show where my aggression about the videotape was stemming from.
100%. Okay, so this tape, it really fucks them both. Here's what's on the tape. There's a recording of Cassie at school at her locker, and the boys tell her to say hi, and she does. And they record what their lockers look like inside, which is a bunch of horror movie posters.
Okay.
And on the 22nd, the boys are recording themselves planning the murder. Here are some quotes from the transcripts.
Great.
Tori looking down. So Tori's looking down, writing in a notebook. And he says, I was planning to kill him. Unsure of who him is.
Okay.
Brian says, September 22nd, 2006, we're skipping our 4th hour class. We're writing our plan right now. For tonight, it's going to be so cool. Tori, still writing. We're making our death list right now for tonight. Brian.
Death list for tonight.
Brian. Hopefully this will go smoothly and we can get her first killed on and then keep going. And we started just talking about them.
Like, what the fuck are
Tori,
these kids doing?
For you future serial killers watching this tape. And then after some more fucked up shit, Brian says, I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but she had to be the one. We have to stick with the plan, and she's perfect, so she's gonna die. They laugh and laugh and laugh.
Oh, these kids are
okay, so this
fucked
is the video I'm gonna play.
Okay.
Because you really just need the audio.
Okay.
And we'll put it in the thing.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
We found our victim, and sad as it may be,
She's our friend.
but you know what? We all have to make sacrifices.
That's
Our
fine.
first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddart. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah. I was
Tori.
9:50, September 22nd, 2006.
Can you call him T? It's making me annoyed.
And we know there's lots of doors.
Yes.
There's lots of places to hide. I locked the back doors. That's all unlocked. Now we're just gonna wait. I just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body. Dude, I just killed Cassie.
That's all Brian.
Fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
That felt like what? It wasn't real. It went by so fast.
And then shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight, and that's T.
What the fuck?
That's the part that really pisses me off. Where they're like, "Dude, we just killed cousin. Holy shit! Like, can't
Yeah.
believe that's real. Like, we really did it.
You
Fuck
fucking
you."
idiots. This is called premeditation.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Like 10 out of 10, you're gonna get in more trouble because you fucking recorded it, you
yeah.
imbecile.
I mean, I'm glad that they are that dumb because there's
fucking
no
idiot.
getting away with it now.
What did they think they were gonna do with it?
Well, they wanted to be famous serial killers.
Mhm.
And they talked about how evil they are. Brian says, quote, we're going to go down in history. We're going to be just like Scream, except real life murderers. Then they name off famous serial killers like the Hillside Stranglers.
Have you
Zodiac.
heard the Hillside Strangler story?
Oh, God, yeah.
I listened
last
to it on the
podcast.
way to Portland.
Yeah,
I had
that's
never
one,
heard it.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
wild.
one that we're all gonna do, or not we're all gonna do, but we're gonna do as well. But
Fucking gross.
It's
yeah,
wild.
but I think it's one we've all heard.
Yeah.
Well, I just heard it for the first time last week.
We shouldn't have listened to it, and then we could have told it here.
Okay.
I didn't.
Then he says Zodiac Killer and Ted Bundy because
of course, Ted Bundy.
Right.
and call them amateurs compared to them. They wanted to create their own horror movie and wanted to be seen as scary, frightening, terrorizing murderers, and they
You're
wanted
just seen
to
as
feel
stupid.
important on some level. So just a PSA, this is not how you handle that. Go to therapy.
No.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ. So the police go and seize Tori T's knife collection and his horror movies because apparently that's going to have the secret to life.
Yeah.
They also seize a ton of Brian's horror movies. And according to Michael Artfield, PhD criminologist, says the fact that both of these boys shared an obsession and that their worlds intersected This is what makes their pairing a nuclear reaction, which I thought was really
Yeah.
with
Two little
that.
budding psychopaths.
Exactly.
I mean, they are Criminal Minds episode.
Yeah.
Totally.
On Thursday, September 28th, 2006, authorities arrest the fuck-ass twins, Brian and T. Brian stuck with his story that T was the one who made him do it, even though in the video it
clearly
contradicts everything.
Yeah, he was a very willing participant.
Yes. When it all went to trial, the prosecution maintained, quote, that the teens murdered in an attempt to achieve fame in the same manner as the Columbine killers. On the tape, the fuck twins planned on committing even more murders, and they planned Cassie's murder on the tape a day before they committed it.
That is so gross.
They were both put under a psychological evaluation and were both found to be sound mind when they did it.
Oh, yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
The medical examiner who did Cassie's autopsy said that she was stabbed with different knives, so Brian's whole defense is garbage.
Right.
On April 17th, 2007, Brian was found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Cassie's grandfather said, quote, "One down, one more to go." And her mom said, quote, "I'm just happy my baby got her justice." T was found guilty of the same charges as Brian on June 8th, 2007. Both fucks got life in prison without possibility of parole. They are both now in the Idaho State Correctional Institution. They tried to appeal a bunch of times, but it's not worked, and it's because they would absolutely kill again. I'm pretty sure they probably sharpened their skills.
You didn't even no. Yeah, you just were super stoked about it, bruh.
Yeah.
You didn't even show any remorse of any
Nothing.
kind. Just especially, it's always amazing to me. Talking about it is one thing, but hearing the voice of someone who just killed somebody.
And
I'm thinking about what kind of so the only reference I have to something being dead is my aunt and my dog, right?
Yeah.
And I remember feeling sick to my stomach, seeing a dead person. It made me feel some type of way. And if I was to be the one who took that person's life, I just the way that he sounds.
The video, it's a wild, it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. Yeah.
Okay, so now do you understand why I was fucking kids?
Yeah, fucking kids with your stupid fucking videos. Yeah, no, you're right.
That was my.
Okay.
But I couldn't explain it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So T's mom, Shannon, wrote a book about the whole thing called The Guilty Innocent. She wanted to highlight, quote, "What a nightmare the murder of Cassie Jo Stoddart and the subsequent punishment for the crime became for all the people involved." End quote. Stupid.
No,
I didn't look
lady,
it up.
you need to just sit down.
Sit down.
Cassie's Aunt Allison and Uncle Frank, the house that it all happened in, they have tried to put their house on the market every year since 2006.
Oh.
But no one will buy it.
Even in 2008 and now?
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Allison fell into a deep depression and lost her job. Their daughter, who found Cassie's body, had a breakdown and attempted suicide. Frank reportedly turned to alcohol to handle the devastation. Cassie's mom, of course, took it extremely hard, and everybody was just done.
Yeah, it just ruined that,
After a while, things did get better for the whole family. From what I read from the last time they did an interview, they were still trying to sell their house in 2014. I don't know any more past that. Cassie's brother did an interview in the Idaho State Journal in 2006, 10 years after her murder. He said it's taken years for everyone to eventually talk about it all. After so many years in darkness, her brother said, quote, "It makes you appreciate things a lot more. You never know how fragile life is. You never know how easy it is for someone to be gone the next day. We love her. It's always going to be a part of us. It's not like it's ever going to go away. It's always in the back of our minds. But we focus on keeping our family strong instead of focusing on the bad. We focus on the good, and when she was still around. Nobody should ever have to go through this." The end.
That was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So that's
mean,
not the true story behind Scream, but
No,
these,
that's a different story.
That
but
was
I'll
their
do it
like
too.
intention because they're
But,
fucking
yeah.
tools.
Yeah, they just wanted to be like,
like those dudes.
Yeah.
Even though I had heard this story before,
Mhm.
they are by no means famous. This, and I feel
Oh, no.
I feel for Cassie, but like you guys didn't achieve anything.
absolutely not.
like in life at all.
No.
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 So sit and rot.
Remember who you are, what you represent, your bitches. I love you.
And do not represent a horror movie taking place in real life.
And remember, if you watch one, it's okay. It won't be a murder.
Yeah, man, if you got weird shit in your
Right, yeah.
house, I have fucking a katana under my bed, okay? Remember
Of
the
course.
husband
Yeah,
story
yeah.
from 5 minutes
I was
ago?
wondering where they were.
They're under the bed. My gun is on my side of the bed, and he has katanas on his side
I
of the
love
bed. So, don't fucking come into my house.
And they have
okay?
4 dogs.
And we
so
have 4 dogs.
You're really taking it upon yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it always is. I know that they just grasp at straws of like finding one more thing to make that person like a weirdo.
Yeah,
you know, but
right.
like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
come
such
on.
a, not to say it, but such a fucking boomer.
Like,
thing.
stop.
It really
Like,
is.
just
It
stop.
really is.
It
Stop
drives me crazy.
Let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Love it. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. We put out new episodes every single Wednesday, and if you're impatient like me, be sure to become a Patreon where you can get your episodes early each week. For as little as $2 a month, you not only significantly support the production of this podcast, but you'll also get extra benefits and perks for being one of our special Patreon Weirdlings. Go to patreon.com/threesacrime for more information. For all of our links related to our socials, affiliate codes, where to listen, and everything else, go to linktree/threesacrime.